Oh my gosh, Chrono Clashers. Chris here with Chrono Clash Central, and this deck is so fast and so brutal. And if the matches are out, you guys have seen it in action. Oh man, I'm so excited to share this with you all, and hopefully you all try it out. I would say this is the fastest deck in Evangelion. It's definitely built for speed and nothing else. So with that being said, let's look at our 2/1 costs. Shinji Ikari, a nice 1 cost for 2 strength, and Legion, which means even if he dies, you get a card back. And what do you think of the Idiot, which is going to help you convert your cheap cards into bigger cards and get some power plays going if things aren't really working out for your, rush down strategy. Then, of course, we have to have Ritsuko and Shinji and Rei. They're just so fantastic. Having the Guardian stack abilities to bounce or stop an attack. Also giving recovery to all your units or one of your EVAs. And grabbing EX cards for Ritsuko. Just great cards all around. But in this deck, we go aggressive on the 2 costs. Because we've also got Kaoru and Shinji and Rei Ayanami. And also, you won't die, I will protect you. So we've got 2 of them are pilots. A lot of the 1 strength, but it's okay because really all this deck is doing is playing down 2 costs and then you just swing them at your opponent's face. Like, it doesn't matter how much things cost, they still get 1 Guardian off your opponent. And I Won't Die, it gives you a nice EX on top of that. Rei Ayanami can protect your other guys, protect your other dudes, and Kaoru and Shinji hopefully can live the attack, and if not, in the Guardian, you'll get to draw a card, move you closer to having some good units and refilling the hand, which of course you lose because everything dies when it hits the Guardian stack in this deck. Or theoretically, if it doesn't die, you are super happy. You are super happy. So 3 costs, we're starting off a tentative name, just attacks for 3. Again, it's very similar to Kaoru and Shinji. Just swings for 3, cheap, can pilot to buff a EVA and draws a card in the Guardian stack. You've got test type 01, give you some EXs, which are just fantastic in this deck. Give your opponent an EX too, but it kind of doesn't matter when you're beating them down so fast. They really got to make it work. We've also got Mari Makinami. This card's got a lot of stuff on it, but the most important one here is the destroyed, get an EX. We just want ways to fetch a lot of EXs so we can continue smashing the opponent's face in. So you attack, she dies because she only has 2 strength, you get an EX, you play some other dudes, you attack with them, then if they live, you EX them, and it keeps going, it keeps going. This card is, so good. Shinji Ikari. You tend to get a lot of time in the in Evangelion because of how many big units there are. And even if your opponent time controls you, sometimes it'll slip through. So Shinji Ikari is going to be 3 cost for fast, for 1 strength. The 1 strength doesn't matter because you just, it trades himself for a Guardian, which is all you want. He's also going to bounce back to your hand in the Guardian stack, which is going to be great because you're never going to be able to miss out on him. And he also is a pilot. So if you have non-fast EVAs, like your opponent gives you 4 time, you could drop down a test type 01, slap a fast on it, swing in with it, then probably EX, then hopefully EX it into something as well. So you can be a little crazy with that guy. Now 4 costs. 4 costs is kind of like the brunt of the finishers, kind of. I don't know how to say it, but like this is like where a lot of the power comes in, because a lot of your EXs are actually 4 costs, so you want to have a good amount of them, get them on the board. We've got next gen testbed, which has fast, so if your opponent ever gives you 4 time, you get to swing in with him for free. You also get an EX on the Guardian, which is fantastic. Like I said, EXs help you just finish the games faster. And he's probably going to live that 1 attack, especially if you boost him up, because he gets +2 on attack, which is nice. You've also got production model 02, which has Sentinel, but we don't really use it much for that. Mostly it's just to swing into a Guardian and get +2 time the next turn. So you can just keep making some some bigger plays or get toe time after you EX for some combos. And then EVA 01 Progressive Knife. Destroy sentinels all over the place. We don't have any sentinels except for, I guess actually we do. We have this one, and You Won't Die, I Will Protect You, but those probably won't be on the field that much because they'll get crashed into the Guardian stack like I keep saying. But this card is super good. There's a nice thing where like a lot of slower decks, they'll be like, oh crap, I have to play a sentinel here and hope that he can't destroy it, which leaves you with a lot of time. So you can play Progressive Knife, pilot Shinji on it, save it fast, and immediately destroy it, which is, that's a beautiful combo. And we've only got a few more cards in the main deck, so we'll just lay them all out here. We've got Production Model 02, the 5 cost. We've got 6 Angel, the blue one, and Evangelion 13. So Production Model 02 is because the deck has a lot of low cost units, so if your opponent gives you a ton of time, you're going to run out of cards. You want to be able to draw a card and replace him. 6 Angel is because it's insane, and once he's on the field, or she, or it, I don't know, whatever, 6 Angel, once 6 Angel's on the field, your opponent can't play anything weak, or you immediately get to attack it and kill it, because the on attack to tap all battlers happens before you choose the target of the attack. So you just get to attack anything they play, and it's very frustrating for your opponent. Especially if you start giving them some time control, like after this, or you wait till a moment where you can play it and they won't get much time. Really, 6 Angel is just so frustrating, and if you don't have a super aggressive hand, 6 Angel will hopefully be in it, and yeah, it's going to be a bad time for your opponent. Evangelion 13 is there for some random destruction. There's only 2 of him, so he's not going to come up much. He also doesn't fit the bill of being a low-cost thing, but sometimes you just need a high-strength, beefy beater to take out your opponent. And I'm actually thinking, I don't know, I kind of like having 3 of them, so there might be a, you know, an argument to swap one of these for Evangelion, because this is mainly like I want to win this turn, and I'm just going to play it and just win on this turn. Because putting him on an EX card doesn't really matter, so he doesn't come up a lot, but having the 10 strength potentially in your Guardian stack, or being able to destroy a pesky 5 strength or less, is pretty relevant. And the reason that is because this is kind of your answer. If your opponent plays as a 6 Angel, then you can play this and they can't destroy it. Like, you don't get the entry effect, but if your opponent has 6 Angel, now you're like, oh, I have 10 strength, you can't do anything with 6 Angels, so they're forced to like attack your face with it, and then you get to kill it on the backswing. So yeah, there's an argument for more Evangelion 13s, but that's kind of personal preference. So that's the main deck. I'm trying to talk too fast and I'm stumbling. So EX deck. We're starting with one of the 2 cost EXs. I opted for this one this time because it has +1 Guardian attack, which can blow through your opponent's Guardians faster. And it does have a discard one when you attack, but that won't matter too much, because hopefully we are just blasting the opponent so hard that we kill them before we run out of cards. And it's also okay because if we do run out of cards, or this is like the last card in your hand, then this card won't matter, and you'll be pretty happy about that, because it's not like you can't attack unless you discard. You just have to discard one when you attack. If you got nothing, we're chilling. And it activates basically off of everything in the deck. So if your opponent ever gives you 2 time and they don't have any Guardians, they're dead. I will want to talk about the other 2 cost one. I decided not to play it in this deck because it doesn't always work, because you have to tap something when it comes into play. So if your opponent has nothing tapped, like they just played a Sentinel or I don't know, whatever, then it's just not doing anything. But because it's so cheap, I might do it. That's definitely some thought, some testing, some fine tuning that needs to happen. Our next one is going to be Evangelion Mark III. It's just a 3 cost with fast, 3 strength. Like, you could argue that the other one's just better because it has a withdraw, it has 3 strength, but only is 2, so it activates off of more in our deck. The tapping thing, I just, you know, I feel weird about it. I don't know about the tapping thing. All right, and then all the rest of them are all 4 cost EXs. We'll start with the red ones. Positron Cannon, and Dummy System. Legion is great for refilling your hand after you're going so aggressive, and then Positron Cannon is really just there to attack. You're pretty much never going to use the control effect. You're just going face, 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 face. Face is the place. And then we've got Prototype 00 and Model 2 Beta. Beta is going to help you get more EXs, so more pressure for your opponent. If they give you any time, then you get to play something, EX, and keep going. And Prototype 00 lets you draw when it attacks, so even though it doesn't kill multiple Guardians, you get to keep your hand count at a reasonable level, so you can continually apply all this aggression and keep your opponent really on the back foot. So that's this deck. This deck is fantastic. Again, like I said, this is up for debate. The Evangelion 13s might be up to you. You should definitely try it because it's awesome. I really like this deck and how quick and just blasting away at Guardians it does. So try it out. Let me know how it does. You got to come back here in the comments. I know it's a lot of work, but I would love to hear it. And hope you all had a wonderful time. Have a wonderful day and keep on learning and having fun with me here at Chrono Clash Central. I'll see you all in another video. Bye.